I'm happy we've got an insurance policy going into Man United away. I'm happy we keep the winning run because we're about to get into a very difficult September, October schedule in the Europa League and the Prem in terms of fixture pile-ups. I'm happy Lokonga, put some respect on his name because there's obviously injuries. And as I said, I hope Ramsdale, Ben White, these sort of things, Odegaard, I hope they're doing all right. We do need to do better though. Almost identical from the Fulham game in that we're all over them in the first half. It's all us really, but we're probably lacking that final quality in the final third. Martinelli's chance in the first half, probably the best effort, which forced Martinez to save it. Gabriel had a couple of half chances. Martinelli the same. Saka should have scored at least one of the two efforts he had. But was probably missing that final third quality. And again, anytime you don't score and capitalize on that, as shown in the second half when they got their goal, because we could have had more daylight, shout out Gabriel Jesus for scoring in that. But that's what happens. And that almost happened. Well, that did happen against Fulham. There was fight back. There was calmness. We kept calm. But we need to do better. As I said, apart from the Bournemouth game, there's some little bits and pieces that we could take from every game. Crystal Palace, today against Villa, definitely against Fulham, defensively against Leicester. We add that all in to go with the preparation for United, and we should be a lot better. Obviously the general naiveties, you could say Ramsdale had his bozo moment. Gabriel was before him yesterday, last game. Saliba had an own goal. This is what you get with these young players on occasion. But yeah, I think we could have went up several gears. I think we could have. The only thing I think we could have scored more goals. I think we made it more difficult than we needed to. Obviously, we did end up scoring 2 goals. I don't think any Arsenal fan thought it was going to be a 1-0 job. I did think you had to expect a second half reaction from Aston Villa. They were a different team in the second half somewhat. They actually had us camped in our own half and had 10 shirts of theirs there. Really, right in the first half, it only looked like Bailey, Cash on occasion. Ramsey, when he got forward, would question anything really. So yeah, man, we won the game. We keep our winning run going. Obviously, the only thing I'd say is scoring more goals, but you have to be able to win ugly. It was a dogfight. They were kicking us. Should we have had a penalty with Saka? I'm always gonna ask for it. Should some of the players been booked sooner? Yes, 100%. And I think we just needed to test Martinez a bit more. As you saw, anytime the ball was in the box, Villa looked disconfident. It was playground defending. They're swiping at it, and we took advantage of that for Jesus' goal. So imagine we actually was working chances, and I think Odegaard was good today. I actually think Saka did all right. I think Martinelli, if not Jesus, probably take man of the match. We had some good moves, but I just don't think we turned the pressure cooker up as high as it could. I think, early on, Villa looked shook. They're just here to kick it long, here to win the first and second balls. And as I said, that's another one actually in terms of scoring more. I think they were winning first and too many first and second balls. I think there was too many free headers. And I did think at times we was unnecessarily allowing Villa to get some confidence, really and truly, letting them knock the ball around. It was very compact. I did feel we weren't really threatening from central areas. Half of the 2 goals we scored came from wide areas initially. I do think McGinn's a lucky fella to not be sent off for all the tackles he was doing. So yeah, man, 10, 20 minutes into the game, I think Villa are only looking to do things from crosses and set pieces and dead ball scenarios. I think we're winning the midfield battle. I think Lokonga, Xhaka and Odegaard are doing quite well. I did think Gabriel, Saliba and Ben White obviously probably playing a bit more conservative, but could have gambled a bit more. Other than that, we was doing all right. I just think we needed to work Martinez a bit more, like seeing for the goal, really and truly. If I'm completely honest with you, I felt there could have been more service for Gabriel Jesus. I think even though I don't think anyone played bad, I think in terms of game management, we need a squad depth. There's no 6 to bring on. I think we lack a real number 8 that can hold on to the ball, dictate. I did think there was a bit of a disconnect with Xhaka playing a bit more advanced and Odegaard and the centre-backs. And I don't know if because Partey's a safety belt. I don't know with Zinchenko flying into midfield if that played a part. But I do think that was something that played a part really in us, whatnot. So, yeah, I think Villa looked low on confidence. They had a couple of moments, and this is why I wanted us to smell blood. So, at halftime, my thinking was we're only really harming from wide areas. We need to go up the levels. Martinez looked shaky. Him and Mingzu did all right. Konza in the second half looked shaky. I think we needed to ask more questions. Just be better in the final third. Villa look like one-trick ponies. They look shaky whenever the ball's in their box. They're only really hitting on the counter-attack or going long. It looks like, if anything, it's their right-hand side or left where they had Bailey and Ramsey pulling out there and Cash. They look like the only ones that would make things happen. as I said, it was pandemonium in their box at times. Martinelli almost scored a peach of an effort, man. We deserved our goal, but we need more. I did want to see Odegaard and Xhaka kind of conducting a lot more. Obviously, second half, it looked like Watkins was trying to just get onto Saliba and spin him a couple of times. We did creep into old habits, stray passes. I did think on the transition, too many bodies are committing forward. Game management, there's still a lot to learn. Again, it's zonal marking from the set piece. I think it was a poor corner to give away. I know it's zonal marking, and Ramsdale has to do a bit better, in my opinion. But no, but in Sunday League, if someone does that to your keeper, you're told take them off the keeper. Camara's been allowed to do his silliness, and it worked for Villa. Really, I didn't think it was necessarily a foul, if I'm completely honest. Obviously, it was a good reaction from us, from everybody involved. Saka has set up Martinelli. Martinelli was the pioneer. He never stopped running, man, really and truly. So we caught life. We saw it through to the end. Obviously, I hope where Odegaard, White, and Ramsdale are concerned when Arteta speaks, or at least by the time we have our press conference, probably on Friday for Man United, we'll know. Obviously, when you see Ramsdale might have been lying to waste time or not, but when you see him holding his hamstring, I hope White coming off was a tactical decision. But when you see Odegaard, which looked just like bruising, to go with Zinchenko and El Nene stuff and Partey's, it's not looking good. On top of, again, Arteta probably shouldn't leave the Emirates today. You and Edu got to stay all night with a cup of coffee, making calls to agents, clubs, advisors, and players, and try to get some centre mids and depth arriving here, really and truly. As I said, we're making games harder than it needs to be, but I'm happy we've won 5 games on the spin. I'm happy we've won. Let's keep it going, man. Now we focus, make the 1 day's extra rest on Man United count, really and truly. That is all I would genuinely say to Arsenal, really. But other than that, we did what we needed to do, and I'm a happy man. Simple as that, folks. Villa, there you have it. Obviously, and then when you get into